comments have exploded through the roof. So there you go.
Good afternoon, Lancaster. Welcome to Lancaster Connects. I'm your host, Ben McClure, here at Gardner's Mattress & More, the business that supports this show. Again, Lancaster Connects is brought to you by the business that I co-own with my partner in the business, Jeff Giannakovo. He can't be here today. Hopefully he can come back soon. Missed the banter with my co-host there, but Jeff is taking care of his wife, Stephanie, who's had some health concerns, and he's into a schedule there where he needs to attend to her needs. So wish them well with what they're doing there. I hope he can come back soon because it just doesn't feel the same without my boo there. Anyway, welcome to Lancaster Connects. This is a show where we highlight great people doing amazing things in this community of Lancaster County. Sometimes that's nonprofits and charitable organizations. Sometimes that's other small businesses like Gardner's that give back to the community. This one's a little different in that we will have a few guests on. Instead of just one, we're going to have three different guests on. Actually, two are a couple and then another guest. I'll keep it kind of secret who they are. We'll introduce the couple in just a moment here. But it's going to be a great conversation talking about an truly inspirational story and the services that are provided to our guest and how that impacts the community. And then, of course, our second guest, we're going to have a conversation with person named Shawn, who is going to talk about a charity event that he's doing that benefits the guests. So anyway, a great story. Hope you can stick around for the entire interview here. Right now, we are broadcasting live on Facebook, on Lancaster Connects Facebook page, on the Gardner's Mattress & More Facebook page. Also, other past episodes. This is episode 185. We have 184 past episodes. Great conversations with amazing people doing awesome things in Lancaster County. You can check out all of those episodes, lancasterconnects.com/episodes, or go to YouTube, give us a subscribe, click there. All of our past episodes are on YouTube. We'd love to boost our subscriber list, so definitely subscribe there. And if you are somebody who would like to tell a story on Lancaster Connects, maybe you represent a nonprofit or know somebody that runs a nonprofit or charitable organization, community benefit organization, as we've been calling them ever since I think our first show of the year with John Gertie who represents Music for Everyone. Community benefit organizations was a word that I picked up from him, and I think it very well fits. Anyway, if you have a story you'd like to tell, maybe you're a small business that gives back to the community, we'd love to tell those stories. We'd love for you to be our guest on Lancaster Connects. Just go to lancasterconnects.com/guest. Fill out the simple form that's there, and we will get you on the show to tell your story. There's one other thing I was going to say, and I kind of went in the head and out the other side. Maybe I'll share it towards the end there if I recall what it was. Anyway, it's a beautiful day here today. It almost feels like spring. I think I saw a billboard this morning coming in that we're like 10 days away from spring. We're kind of coming out of winter. There's no more snow in the forecast. It's like 60 some degrees today and sunny. I think tomorrow's supposed to be 70. My son's now playing, baseball started again, and I'm coaching, and we're going to get out in the field tomorrow. I'm like super excited. I don't mind winter. I know everybody has different feelings on the cold weather. I don't mind winter, don't mind the cold. But man, when spring hits and you start to see 70 degrees on the calendar and it's sunny, there's just a different vibe. I think I'm going to get out the grill this afternoon and grill some steak. So, it got that spring vibe to it without it quite being spring. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring our guests on, our first two guests. Please welcome to the show, Dave and Carole Simons. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Ben. Thanks. Good to be here.
It's exciting for me to have you here. I really just became aware of your inspirational story, both of you with your daughter, Sammie, and I'd love for you to share with our watchers and listeners here on Lancaster Connects the inspirational story of Sammie, and how that ties into friendship community, and of course that'll tie into other conversations we'll have with our other guests at the end of the show. But again, welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here to tell your story.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me about Sammie.
So I always refer to her as Sammie Simons because she's 37 years old. She has been with Friendship Community for 19 years now, and she lives there in a group home. She has 24/7 care and awake night staff. But regardless of that, she's amazing. And what they do is they help her live her best life by supporting her disability so that she can live the life like her sisters do, like everybody does. But when Sammie was 3.5 months old, she stopped breathing during a nap. And 6 weeks later, she woke up from a coma, and her prognosis was very, very damaging. They said she'd never walk, she'd never talk, that her life would be very limited and very short. And of course, Sammie's 37. She's working out at Universal, and her story is very different than the one that they told us, it would be.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's terrifying news to hear as a parent of a small child, and heartbreaking. So what what has allowed her to live the life that she's been able to live through these years to be 37?
Well, I would say it's a lot has to do with this.
It's the community.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Carole doesn't
Yeah.
take enough credit. I mean, she, when I came to Lancaster with Carole, we moved here shortly thereafter. We got married way back in 1985, and then we had, I had a new job, a new home, and we had our first child, which was so exciting, and I think like many of your viewers, our life was going 100% just the way you planned, and then you get whacked with something you never ever imagined could happen. And I never saw myself as a father of a severely disabled child. So when it came, the reality struck me, right smack in the face. Quite frankly, I didn't think I was going to be able to manage it or deal with it, or be that kind of person who could kind of survive this major insult. But with Friendship Community, friends, family, neighbors, Carole, of course, is a driving force. We sucked it up and did what we needed to do, and just pushed and pushed and pushed. And I think, Ben, when you see someone in your family who has an illness of any sort, you need to have an advocate, particularly nowadays. You have to have somebody behind, asking questions, pushing the envelope. We had Sammie in therapy very early on. They said she would never be able to even eat. They were pushing for a feeding tube because she lost her ability to suck, at the age of 4 months. And so we never wanted her to have a feeding tube. So we just aggressively, again, driven mostly by Carole, just pushed through all these barriers that were put in front of us. They said she'd never sit up, she'd never crawl, she'd never walk. So, I'm sure many of your viewers have children, and when they reach these milestones, it's such an incredible celebration. Well, when Sammie reached her milestones, it was an enormous celebration, as you can imagine, because she was doing things that no one ever expected her to be able to do. So when I see her at Universal Athletic Club, walking the track, I just think she's such an inspiration to all the members there that are kind of maybe feeling a little down on their luck or don't feel fit enough to be there, and they look over and they see Sammie kind of making sure that she gets her exercise in. I think she's an inspiration to a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And it's the power of community, like you said. The community came around.
Yeah, I was going to interrupt him, but he warned me before the podcast not to do that. But
Hey, anything goes on Lancaster Connects. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
but that I think is the key to living in Lancaster County. We ended up here just because it was equidistant between his parents and my family. So in 1985 we were here. But it's a faith-based community, and we were surrounded by people who just genuinely cared. And the service, it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort to do the kind of work to support Sammie's disability. And at Friendship, it's a faith-based organization. I like to say we have the dream team. Sometimes I call them the A team, the Sammie's peers that spend every hour of the day with her. Just helping her live her life. And that's a very rare gift that you can find for if you have a child or an adult with a disability. It's hard to find that spirit, but in Lancaster County we have a wealth of it, and Friendship Community is exceptional. So it's
so
good stuff.
You both were instrumental, and Sammie was instrumental in making Friendship Community come to fruition, correct?
Well, no, I wish we could take that credit. That was back in 1972. So,
okay.
Yeah, and they have, so they've been around since 1972.
Gotcha.
They have residential, they provide residential services and day programs and art programs to individuals with disabilities. So they started in 1972. They now have 24 residential homes. Sammie is in she has a home in Lidditz. We're very proud of her and her roommate. So, it's a beautiful thing. So we're really fortunate.
And Ben, when you talk about a group home, before I was, involved in this community and friendship, I always thought that a group home was something that you drive by and say, wow, there's a group home, must have special needs individuals living there. Right. But these group homes are nestled in communities, and you would not know that a group home was a group home. And Sammie's, her home is in Lidditz, like Carole said, but it's a little ranch home. Her and her roommate Amanda, who has Downs, live there and with the staff, and it is like a home. I mean, we try to reinforce the feeling when you walk in that you're not walking in to an office or an institution, you're walking into someone's home. And Sammie and Amanda are treated like independent individuals. They have friends, they have activities. They're as Carole said, they're living their best lives, and it's a beautiful thing that our community and our country has the resources to be able to afford to care for those who really desperately need help. Yeah.
Well, and okay, so this is a story I don't want to miss because, or have the chance to tell, because I think it speaks to what our community is about. When Sammie went to Lampeter Strasburg, she was included in all of the regular classes, regardless of the fact that Sammie couldn't really understand, she couldn't talk. She can't see, but she navigated that environment, and the school district welcomed her, so that there were other skills that Sammie learned. But every kid that grew up with Sammie is changed and is different. And when Sammie was a sophomore, she was very depressed. She needed her own life. She didn't want to be Velcroed to us, so she wouldn't get out of bed. We started getting calls from her classmates. Hey, where's Sammie? We haven't seen Sammie. And when we explained what was going on, they had this thing called the Interact Club. And they came to our house with a think group, and we talked through it. And they decided that they were going to help by coming in twos every morning to wake Sammie up and help me get her ready and take her to school. And so that they would take her to school, because Sammie would straighten up if she'd bump into a peer at the mall. She would just have a different posture. Well, they recognized that. They saw Sammie as just like themselves. And for an entire year, sophomores, juniors, and seniors got up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and were at our home waking Sammie up. And then with that, they rallied the Capitol with a campaign which closed the Capitol down, called A Future for Sam. And we got the funding so that Sammie was able to be part of Friendship Community and be in a group home. So that's a testament to community. And Future for Sam. They were all about it and made it happen.
That's amazing. So these are high school students, that knew her in high school, that came together and found the solution to help her out. Of course, she was an inspiration to them, and they're providing, help to her, and then to put together this Capitol campaign. I mean, how much money was raised?
It wasn't a Capitol campaign. They closed down the Capitol in Harrisburg because we needed funding to be able to support Sammie's care. And this Friendship Community is a provider that's licensed by the state, but 24/7 care and awake night staff is a very expensive. But without the community, creating that awareness specific for Sammie, it's just a huge, big deal. So I continue to thank the entire community for raising such amazing kids. And a lot of them now we bump into are nurses and work in supporting special needs because they grew up with Sammie.
Yeah, these kids, Ben, filled up the entire rotunda.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they got the legislature's attention. I don't think they'd ever seen anything like that before. And when they came up with this plan to come to our doorstep every morning with two young female students, Sammie's classmates, I said to myself, well, that's probably going to last about 2 weeks, and they're going to get tired of this. Because these are kids, teenagers, they got a lot going on, but
busy schedules.
They did it for an entire year. And it just filled my heart when they would knock on the door. You look outside and there's two young girls out there. You say, okay, here we go. We're going to get Sammie up out of bed and get her up, and not only out of bed, but get her dressed, get her into the kitchen, get her breakfast, and then get her out on the bus every morning for a year.
That's amazing. Incredible. And that's a huge help to you.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. I mean, she wouldn't get out of bed for us because she was depressed, and she was like, I don't want to go to school. But when she heard the voices of her classmates, she popped right up.
There she is. There's one of the dream team there. She's walking the track.
Yeah, it's
at Universal.
At Universal. Yeah, so this is a good segue. So Universal Athletic Club, she's a member at Universal Athletic Club. There she is walking the track. What other services does she use at Universal?
She swims. She
swims twice a week. She does the hand workout. She used to be able to do the treadmill very slowly, but she has cerebral palsy and it is progressing, but she's upright actually because of Universal. And I have to give a shout out to Rick and Mary Castleberry who own Universal. They have always been from the beginning, since the time Sammie was a baby, but then could walk, welcoming her to the club. And now Sammie's 37, and here we are, with that same support and just raising awareness.
And it's Rick's birthday today.
Oh, yeah, it's Rick's birthday. Happy birthday, Rick.
Happy birthday, Rick. If you're listening.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know we'd get a birthday shout out today. That's cool. That's cool.
She also uses the massage beds. So
my gosh, they're amazing.
Thing. Yeah.
After hard workout.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a member myself now for maybe 2.5 years at Universal. In fact, we'll bring my trainer on in just a little bit, have a conversation with him and about how he kind of ties into this story. But the facility is amazing. The people are amazing in there. And it's not surprising at all to hear you say that, how they've welcomed Sammie for how many years?
Yeah.
19 years or almost 20 years that she's been a member there.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's
she's
probably
no,
longer
it's
than
much
that,
longer.
because
She's
when
Oh, it's-
37, and
Okay.
she was 5 or 6
Yeah.
when
My goodness.
yeah. So
And
yeah.
all the proceeds go, all these proceeds from this event go directly to Friendship Community too. So
Yep.
yeah.
that's
Yep.
good stuff.
Yeah, we'll bring
Yeah.
Shawn in just a moment to talk about that. I mean,
Yeah.
Sammie might be one of the longest running members at Universal.
She's up there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Other than us.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Truly an inspiration to hear the story, what Sammie's been able to accomplish. How the community has come around her story and helped her. I just want to highlight Friendship Community just a little bit. Do they have a building, like a central location where people can come and get services from, or is it really tied to the group homes? How does that work?
What's great about Friendship is they have several locations. Their main offices are on Oregon Road in Lidditz,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
the group homes themselves, the residential facilities, are spread out through Lancaster and Lebanon County. They have the arts programs. They have 2 locations. The Heart Gallery down off of Water Street is pretty exceptional, and so individuals go there from the community and some that are from the residential programs, and create art, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Cool.
Pretty impressive stuff. So and they have activity nights,
Yep.
things like that. So it's
There's some of the information. Yeah.
yeah, it's an amazing really truly, I don't know what we'd do without
Yeah.
them. So it's a big
Do you
stinking
know?
deal.
Yeah. Do you know how many lives they impact on a ongoing basis, like on an annual basis, or?
That's
Oh,
a good
dab
question. I know they
nabbit.
have over 20 group homes, and the group
Okay.
homes service up to 4 individuals. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
They're-
great.
Yeah.
So a lot
And
of
then the
lives.
arts
a lot of
programs. Oh
lives.
yeah,
Outreach
yeah.
programs for individuals that are a little bit more independent, helping them with their checking accounts, buying groceries, just things that most of us take for granted. And honestly, they keep the people they take care of, because they do take such great care of these individuals. They're not bouncing in and out of the emergency room of a hospital, et cetera.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
keeping them healthy and well, and keeping not only themselves safe, but the rest of the community safe, as well as lowering, the expenses for the healthcare system, which is so important.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they embrace family. So parents are welcome. That it's a whole different culture. Their culture is rich with really the right things. So it's good stuff.
I'm sorry, Ben, and I just wanted to mention this, that, when we were taking care of Sammie when she was young, we saw a ton of single moms taking care of their daughters and sons with special needs. And I know you can imagine the impact it has on families, relationships, other siblings, et cetera. And many of these families just are obliterated because of the stress, the anxiety, the additional expense of taking care of special needs individuals. So Friendship buffers that, and not only helps those individuals, but helps the families that surround those individuals, which is I think sometimes under-recognized.
100%. It's great that programs like Friendship Community exist. I mean, we've had, I think this is show 185 that we've done, and a good probably 2/3 of the show have been highlighting nonprofits and charitable organizations and people, organizations that have a heart to give back to the community. And hearing this story, of what Friendship Community does and the services offered to Sammie and all of these great organizations in Lancaster, we are truly blessed to live in a community that has these resources available. That's really awesome and inspiring to hear these stories. Dave, I do want to mention you've been inspired by Sammie's story to become somewhat of a world famous athlete?
Ben,
Maybe?
I thought you'd never ask about that.
It's all
Yes,
about
there you go. So yeah, so when Sammie was little, I to blow off energy and steam and all that kind of stuff, I started doing. I played basketball in high school and college, and when I graduated from my residency in Philadelphia, I moved up here, and I needed something after Sammie's illness. I got to get out there and do something that's not crazy. So I started doing these little short triathlons, and then in 2017, I met a young guy, Andrew Yoder, who was a professional triathlete coming out of Hempfield High School, and he started his own coaching team. So he and I connected, and he started coaching me and convinced me that I needed to do the longer events, the Ironman event, the half Ironman event. So I started getting involved in that, and I just, quite frankly, just love the sport. I love the people that surround me. Most of the young men and women are, I used to say a half my age, but Carole corrects me and she says they're a third of my age.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So in 2022, I competed in the World Championships in St. George, Utah, and I came in third in the world. And then last year we went to Finland. I came in third in my age group in the world. And then this year we just got back in December. We got back from New Zealand to compete again. And then this summer I'm already scheduled to do my full Ironman triathlon in Lake Placid, which is an iconic venue for Ironman. It's the holy grail as far as Ironman. So that's my next box to check. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So Ironman is running. There you are, running, biking, and swimming, correct?
Right. The swim is first, and I think they do that for a reason. Yeah. So you swim. Yeah, it's 2.4 mile swim, and then it's a 112-mile bike, and then it's a full marathon, that's the hard part. That's when your body starts talking back to you.
And this is all in the same day, right?
This is in the same day, and hopefully it's within a period of time that you can complete it, and there's still sunlight, basically.
Wow.
So yeah.
So
but the training is fun too, not just the event and the camaraderie, but the training. You get to meet and see people from all different aspects of life, and everybody has different levels of competitiveness and different reasons for doing it. But I always, when I'm out there, I'm always thinking of Sammie, and I'm like, well, Sammie, just for her to get up out of bed, and she volunteers at the hospital.
Oh, she did Meals on Wheels today.
And she does Meals on Wheels today. She just finished Meals on Wheels. So I'm thinking, what I do really kind of pales in comparison to what she has to do with all her medical and physical limitations. So I just feel fortunate that I'm able to do it at this ripe old age. And I think that she, to a great extent, motivates me to keep going despite all the aches and pains that you develop as you start to get a little bit more mature.
Older, not mature.
Mature.
three times the age of everybody else doing it.
Yeah. If I was maturing, I probably wouldn't still be doing this. So aging, not maturing.
Well, I mean, congrats to you. I mean, third in the world, that's something. I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. I know not all of them are doing Ironman competitions, but third in the world is pretty cool.
Well, it's interesting. The numbers start to shrink a little bit as you get older, but the guys that show up are still pretty fit, as you can imagine, and from all these different countries. And it's really cool to go halfway across the world and see people from all different countries that you become friends with, because we've all been doing this for so many years. So it's neat. It's a neat activity.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's a really neat story of inspiration from your daughter and what you've been able to do with that. Very, very cool. And congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck in the summer in Lake Placid. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one. I was going to try and back out, but my family's already reserved an Airbnb right on the towards the finish line. So
I got you.
I can't chicken out now. I got to go forward.
I think Shawn may have popped off. He's going to come back on. I was about to bring him on, but we'll bring him on in a few minutes here. How long does it take you to do an Ironman? I have no concept, but it sounds like you said maybe finish in daylight. So 12 hours.
For a 70.3, which is a half Ironman, my goal is always to go under 5 hours. And depending on the course, depends on how easy or hard that is. So if you can do a full, for my age group, if I can do a full Ironman in 11 hours, 11-ish hours, that's great. I did Texas a couple of years ago, and I did it in about 12 hours. So I'm hoping you don't tend to get any faster as you age,
Right.
but I keep setting these unrealistic goals. But my goal would be to do it in 11 hours. So that's
got to have a goal.
For. Yeah.
Now, have you always been a runner or biker or swimmer or just?
No, I used to look at people that would run, and I would think that's just a crazy activity. It's got to be so boring, and the cycling is my favorite part because I just love to get on the bike, and I just started doing that, in my 30s. So I've not really been a competitive cyclist runner, and I'm still learning how to swim. I'm what we call an adult onset swimmer. And so I would say that if you take up the sport of triathlon, it's always a really nice thing. And the best way to do it is to have a swimming background. But I don't have that. So I'm still kind of learning that.
But you still have to swim 2.5, what do you said, 2.6 miles?
Yeah, for the 70.3, it's 1.2 miles. For the full Ironman, it's 2.4 miles. Yeah.
But still, that's a long way to swim. So
it's a long way to
swim. A swimmer.
He's doing just fine.
I hang out.
Yeah, right.
I think. Yeah.
I go to Universal. I go to Franklin Marshall Pool on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's 7 lanes.
Yep.
And to give you any idea, lane 1 is the fastest swimmers, and I'm in lane 7. So that'll give you an idea.
Lane 1, they're 18 years old, honey.
Yeah, they're all
right.
They're all swimmers.
And they're not training for 1.2 or 2.6 miles or whatever.
Some of them are not.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna bring. I think Shawn's back. We're gonna bring Shawn on. Shawn is my trainer at Universal. Saw Shawn this morning at 5 a.m. What's up, Shawn? Welcome.
Hey,
to the
Ben.
show.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
And just really quick, Dave, why aren't you training with me? Are you kidding me right now?
I don't know.
I mean, are you kidding me? Right? This guy. I've been listening to this guy. He's a triathlete. I mean, why aren't you in my building? It's unbelievable, Dave. Come on.
Sorry, Shawn. I'll talk
I'm
to my
highly
coach
disappointed
about it.
in you right now. That is unbelievable.
We could talk later.
And also, Ben, I want my steak rare. I want my steak rare for you to bust out the grill tonight.
Hey, come on over at 6 o'clock, Shawn. Come on over.
I'll be there.
So, man, I bring you on and you just challenge the other guests and you challenge me. I mean, what's going on, Shawn?
Yeah, I couldn't believe the information. It's such incredible information, Dave. That's such a great story. It's really cool to hear that you're such a profound athlete. I didn't know that. I always knew you were a smart dude. I didn't know you were an athlete on top of that. So that's really cool. That's really cool to hear about. So,
all right, you're my coach. It's official.
All right,
there we go. There you go.
See how I do that?
5 a.m. Dave. Here we go.
That's right.
So, Shawn, you're a fitness trainer at Universal Athletic Club, right?
That's correct.
Been there for a long time. I train with you. A lot of people train with you. I've just a personal story. 2.5 years ago when I started training at Universal. In fact, we had on Lancaster Connects, we had Troy on from Universal. Did an interview with Troy, and he was like, what's holding you back, dude? Because I was telling him I've never, I play basketball, but I don't. I run a little bit, but I've never worked out, never lifted weights, never did any of that kind of stuff. And he kind of challenged me. So I joined and I, did a couple things at Universal. And then I got into your class almost maybe 2 years ago. And I feel tremendously benefited by the workout I get from you, Shawn. So thank you very much. I didn't plan to do that, but Dave, I highly recommend Shawn if you did want to join one of his classes or anybody listening. Shawn is definitely the man. Inspirational and definitely beneficial to me. So you're hosting, and you've hosted a number of times before, boot camp for charity. I think that's what you call it, right?
Yep, that's right. So I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and we do this annually, and it's a great charity. We always pick out charities that benefit Lancaster. First of all, we always choose a local charity, and the workout's just a big, fun workout. We get anywhere between 70 and 100 people to participate in the event. I get a DJ to spin music. And so if you guys can imagine on there, we have this big room and it's 10 stations and 10 people per station. And everyone just goes full throttle. I have other coaches that come help me during that day. And we completely rock that gym. It's loud. It's obnoxious. People are sweating all over the place. It's such a good time. And I've been doing it for like I said, like 10 years, and we get t-shirts that you wear the day of the event.
Yep.
So there's this whole community feel. Everyone's like wearing the same shirt. So it's like a big pool of people just flying around, and the DJ does a phenomenal job in playing music, and the people that help coach are like high energy people like myself, and we just go at it for an hour. It's in case it hasn't been plugged yet, it's March 23rd, 9 a.m. It's a Sunday. Yep. And let me tell you, it's a really good time. And also, obviously, we're benefiting this year Friendship Community, and we already talked about the tremendous work they do and everything that happens with them. And Carole approached me, her and Mary approached me, and were wondering if I was interested, and they could, of course I was going to be interested. Why wouldn't I be interested in such a great charity? And so we started doing this, and Carole and Dave have been tremendous partners with me on this. They've been like, yes, Shawn, yes, Shawn, yes, Shawn, anytime I've asked them for anything. So that's always been good. And I'm looking forward to Dave being at the event now, and I'm gonna test your limits there, young man. You better be there on the 23rd. If you could do all that in a day, you could certainly do an hour workout with some music in the background.
I'll muscle through it, Shawn.
We'll see. I'm sure you will. You too, Carole. You too.
Yeah, I know. What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, right.
Right.
You come to I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, I missed out on that.
So, Shawn, that's awesome. I've been part of these. I've done, I think, 2 of them with you. They're a lot of fun. The hour goes by like that.
It does.
It's like you show up, you get situated. Everybody's broken up into groups of maybe 8 or 10 people, depending on how many people there, and you got a ton of stations.
Right.
And that hour goes super quick. It's a great workout. It's fun. You do a group picture at the end. And of course it benefits a great cause. What are some of the workouts that people are going to be doing? So if somebody's, not been part of your workouts before or never been to Universal, which I think is a point to make. You don't have to be a member at Universal to take part of this, right?
That's right, Ben. No, you don't have to be a member of Universal to participate in the event. You can be an outside guest, and the cost, I should mention this, is $30 for the day.
Yep.
And with that $30, you get a t-shirt, and we bought plenty of t-shirts. Again, they've been very grateful with getting us the t-shirts. We should get them next week, by the way, hopefully.
Yay.
Cross some fingers so we can hand them out a week early. So everybody shows up with the shirt on. Like I mentioned, it's a $30 donation, and we'll give out t-shirts as long as they last. We have tank tops and regular t-shirts this year for everyone. So so basically what you can expect for the workout, I have typically between 10 and 12 stations set up, depending on the volume of people. 10 people per station. There's 30-second intervals, so you work out for 30 seconds. I give you a small break, quick break.
Well, like 10 seconds?
Quick break, depending, yes. And then really what happens is all the exercises can either be regressed or progressed depending on your fitness level. So you don't need to be Dave to come in there. You can be just a regular person that just doesn't work out that much but wants to support the cause. Yeah. And again, we have some professionals in there taking care of you to make sure you do all the exercises properly. We won't let anybody get hurt in there, God willing. No one's ever gotten hurt while we've done these benefits before. And so, you can expect a lot of energy. You can expect a lot of fun. People are smiling, maybe not during the workout, but they're always smiling after the workout. And I absolutely love it. I love what it does for the community. I love helping people. It's something that I've always been, a fan of. I think it's a good thing to help other people when you can and you have the opportunity to. And this is kind of like my way of giving back. And it is on a Sunday. And I will, because we are in Lancaster County. I was going to say, and I know people like to attend church, which I do as well. But I always say, like, God doesn't mind when you help people. So if you're rolling in there on a Sunday and you're feeling just a smidge guilty about, oh my goodness, I should be praying right now, you can still pray. But pray that you survive the workout, and God won't mind. I promise.
Yeah, there you go. And it's only 9 to 10. Some church services might not start until 10:30 or 11
That's
o'clock.
Right. You can go to the later service, or if you're willing, you can get up early and go. So there's no real excuse to miss this event at all.
Yep. You can show up to church sweaty, no big deal.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They won't mind. No, maybe the person next to you might, but that's okay.
Some of the workouts themselves, like what are some of the workouts? Like what are each of those stations? I mean, you don't need to identify each station, but just to give people an idea, like weights, kettlebells.
Most of it is body weight stuff, calisthenics, things like that. I have med balls. I have like some weights. I have dumbbells and KBs that I use. But again, like I said, all the exercise, I use TRX straps. All the exercises are really easy to progress and regress through. You don't have to be a gymnast. You don't have to be a world-class athlete. All you need to do is want to work out, and we'll take care of the rest. And like I said, the DJ comes. He does a phenomenal job with music. So everyone's like dancing and vibing around. It's really cool. Yeah. So,
and Shawn, didn't you say Sammie might be up on stage?
No, she's going to be next to the DJs.
Next to the DJ.
Yes.
So that's going to be my workout and Sammie's, right?
That's going to be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, Sam, that is really cool, by the way. So it'll be really cool that we actually have a representative from the charity to be there. So yeah, Sammie will be right next to the DJ, and Carole will be assisting her, and so people will get to see who they're benefiting. I mean, how cool is that?
Right.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
And if you can't attend but you want to help out, what are ways to do that? I think you can make a donation.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you
attending.
you can go under the UAC website, and we have a spot there where you can go just donate if you want to donate. And like we mentioned before, you don't have to be a member. We ask for a minimum of $30 donation, and of course you can give as much as you are feeling you're led to give. And what's really cool about this, Rick and Mary, I have to give a shout out to them as well, because they provide the facility for free. They don't charge anything for it.
That's awesome.
Everybody that shows up is there voluntarily, so no one's getting paid that day to do the workout. And so I just think that in every cent that we raise, every cent goes directly to the charity, which is just awesome. You just don't really hear that very often when you do these kind of things. And that's one of my big plugs as well. It's like we don't need the money. You know, friendship community needs the money. So let's get them as much as we can possibly get them.
What do you expect to raise? Oh, I'm sorry, Carole. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying thank you to Shawn. Right? Shawn, what do we expect to raise? Right? We're coming up on 20,000.
That's what I heard,
or something like that. I want to at least get 20,000. Right, Shawn?
You heard her.
Yeah.
She said it.
Yeah,
so
and
we're
shooting to be
20K. It is amazing.
We have over 30 sponsors, businesses in the community that didn't even hesitate when we asked. So so let's get it going on.
Thank you in advance for everyone who's
that's right.
Yeah, please.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys have done such a phenomenal job with helping get this off the ground too. Thank you both very much. I'm not used to this much help when I do the fundraiser, to be quite honest with you. So having Dave and Carole in my back corner is really cool. I really appreciate it. And before we even started anything, we had $9,000 raised. So it's really cool. People are really generous. You know, I just think it's an inspiration for people that, you know, it's not that hard to help people. It isn't. Mm-hmm. You just got to make a little bit of effort, and it goes a long way. So I just wanted to say good point.
Yeah.
A couple other things about it. I saw on the flyer there's childcare provided. Correct?
Oh yeah.
You're such a smart man. That's a bit. That's actually very because a lot of moms participate. Yeah. And one of the first questions is there childcare? So yes, to answer your question, there will be childcare there. It won't be. They open early there. So the people that run the childcare, thank you in advance, because they come in early to help get the kids in there. They open up at 8:30, so you'll have a half hour to get your kids there, get them situated. If you're not familiar with the club, they'll give you the proper directions to go down there and show you where it's all at. The people that are in kids club are amazing. They do a wonderful job with kids, so you won't feel frightful or fearful that you have your kid there because they do an amazing job with those children. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm starting to get amped up already. I got 2 weeks. I had to kind of contain myself a little bit before I get a little too.
Well, see, that's one of the things I love about you, Shawn, and why I love training with you. Like your energy all the time, even at 5 a.m. in the morning when I'm there 3 days a week. And every time you talk about these events, the past events that I participated in, and this one, it's the same enthusiasm and energy behind it. So, I mean, it's no surprise that you've got close to 20 grand planned to be raised for this event. Yeah. So that's awesome. I mean, I feel your heart coming through to support this cause and put these events on.
Yeah, I always say I'm certainly not the best trainer at Universal Athletic Club. There's a lot of really phenomenal trainers there, but I'll tell you, there isn't one trainer that loves their job more than I do at Universal Athletic Club.
That's cool.
That is a fact. Cool. But it's an amazing place. I love working there. I love the people that work there. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope 150 people show up. We'll make it work. Believe it.
You'll find a way.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have extra stations set up in advance to make sure that in case we do have an overflow, like I mentioned earlier, it's usually between 70 and 100 people that show up. But Carol is bound.
My goal's 140.
That's right. Your goal's 140. So the workout will be capable of handling 140. But I'm stoked. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So cool. It's so cool. Yeah. Anything else that might have missed about the event, or?
I don't think so. You hit all the nails on the head there. I know that if you're not familiar with the club, when you come into the club, there'll be the front desk there, obviously, and so then you'll walk straight through the club and go down the flight of stairs, and then the room that we train is the sports performance room. So you would just walk into that room and you'll see it's a huge room. It's just full of, equipment and athletic gear. It's just, you'll know you're in the right spot. Plus there'll be loud music. You just follow the music. When you walk in the Universal Athletic Club and you wonder where you're at, just follow the music and you'll go right to it.
Yeah, you won't get lost on that day.
And look for the people wearing the shirts, right? I mean, it's
correct.
Have the.
And they're not just T-shirts, right? They are special.
Oh, they're awesome. They're very nice shirts. You'll be able to, it says Friendship Community on them. They're nice shirts, cool. And we always do nice shirts for these events because I always do nice shirts. So that's how we do that. So there you go.
That's how you roll.
So there you go.
Well,
by the way, I'm gonna give Ben a little plug here. So he has been training me for quite a long time now, and let me tell you, it's funny because watching him here, like he's a million miles an hour, like he's on point, blah, 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 blah. But when you see him at 4:55 in the morning, that is not the case. He's got one eye open. He has to find my fist. I'm like, hey, Ben, good morning. He's like, what? Oh, that's okay.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you. But once,
but I'm up. I'm there.
You are there. You are very consistent.
That's important.
Right.
Showing
up's half the battle. That's exactly right. So
I'm always the guy in the room looking around at everybody else going, what should I be doing? This one. Or next? Shawn, I missed that. Even though I watched you give the next round of exercises. I've watched it, but I have to. It doesn't stick. So, but thank you, Shawn. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you bet, Barry. You bet.
Well, I mean, we're coming up on the top of the hour here. Anything else, Carole and Dave, that you'd like to share about Sammie's journey, friendship community, the event?
Well, they're excited, and I keep getting calls. So, Shawn, we're going to have to get creative because Sammie has a couple friends who also want to participate. So there might be a lot of dancing around the
awesome.
DJ. So
that won't hurt my feelings. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can definitely make that work. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
The staff is so pumped. So they're
and we're so thankful.
Just,
Shawn, thank you. Your energy is contagious. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I just love it. And you might be stuck with us every year. Okay. I'm just putting my dibs in now.
Annual boot camp.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
No problem.
We might get some people starting to work out that never thought about exercise. This could be something.
Who
huge.
knows?
And that's always, right? I'm always, obviously I'm in the industry, but I always say to people it's so important to take care of your heart. And how do you take care of your heart? You take care of your heart by exercise, eating correctly and exercise. And I don't get into the nutrition aspect of it. That's not my role, but I definitely get into the exercise component of it. And, no matter what it looks like, whether you're walking up a flight of stairs or you're doing a triathlon, whatever that may be. If this guy doesn't work, if your heart doesn't work, none of it's going to work. So
absolutely.
I'm a big time proponent of exercise. I've been exercising my whole life. I love it. I do it for a living, like I mentioned. And so, yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be an incredible day.
It'll be good.
I have just one more thing to add. I want to say thank you to Lancaster Connects. Okay. And along with being heart healthy and being spiritually heart healthy, you need your sleep.
Yes.
You're going to be healthy. You need your sleep. So, yeah, thank you to Lancaster Connects. And yeah, and I think I might need a new mattress. I'll start working out and I'll start sleeping better.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. It's part of the three-legged stool to health, right? Exercise, diet, and sleep. I mean, it's all important. So that's great.
The fourth leg is eliminate those toxins.
Yeah.
Not that any of us drink alcohol often.
Oh.
A little bit here and there is all right.
Yeah.
I was going to toast this podcast.
No alcohol in the morning of the workout.
We lost Shawn. Where'd Shawn go?
That's when he signs off.
Well, hey, as we look to wrap up here, we do ironically what we call our connection cocktail, which is just a few questions to get to know our guests a little bit better. I feel like I know our guests pretty well after the last 50 minutes we spent together here. But so just kind of changing gears a little bit, talk, just get to know you a little bit better personally. What do you like to do in Lancaster to unwind when you're not training for a triathlon, Ironman, whatever? What do you like to do to unwind?
Okay, so I'll go first. Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm a big subscriber of Blue Apron. I don't know if you're familiar with Blue Apron, but they send food to your doorstep every week. And, so I'm kind of the chef in our family. Right. I kind of make the meals and that kind of stuff. So that's fun. And then yesterday I was out in the yard, just doing some little yard work, which is kind of a nice way to relax a little bit. Yep. And then we do like to go out to dinner every now and then.
Date night once a week.
Perfect. Lancaster County is so full of great restaurants. So there's awesome places. And then, kind of working out and work. And I'm a program director for a residency program at UPMC Lidditz Hospital.
Okay. Wow.
So I have an anesthesia group and I own a pain specialist company as well. So there's a lot of moving parts, and that's what makes it fun. It's a diverse kind of way of living and kind of keep myself busy and occupied. And I have this superstar partner to keep it all.
Can I talk now?
From coming off the rails.
Go ahead. Quiet, Dave. Let Carole talk.
Okay. So
what do you like to
grandbabies? You know what I love doing? I love my grandbabies, Eloise and Margot, and we're having our third tomorrow. My daughter will be delivering her third.
My goodness.
Don't know whether it's a boy or a girl yet. But
they have two girls.
Yeah, so two girls. So Ellie and Margot, we took to the beach this weekend. Road trips are tricky, but it's just amazing. So that a lot of people in Lancaster County know me by my Chihuahuas. We do the running of the Chihuahuas on Derby Day, combined with Cinco de Mayo. I do a calendar every year. That's my Christmas card. And it's all Chihuahuas and grandchildren, and it's a spoof. So this year it was movie covers. So
that's funny.
What else do I do? I don't know. And then I take care of everybody else and work out at Universal. I do this TBS. Total body shaping. So
I've done that program.
I love it. So and take care of this man here.
She keeps an eye on me.
That's right. So Carole, when the question came over to you, I could see the smile on your face, and it's not a surprise when you said grandkids. Like you just like that was So, and you got one on the way. That's are you secretly hoping for a boy or
Well, our 4-year-old granddaughter said that she wants a little brother, and I don't think she doesn't need any more competition because her little sister is. So I think that's her motive for wanting a boy. But I think a boy would be nice to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah,
we have 3 daughters. My daughter has 3 daughters, or has 2 daughters. So we'll see. Well, I think a boy would be fun.
Yeah. Well, but listen, healthy. That's
healthy.
It's all good. Anything. It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. I love
that's
it.
awesome.
Oh, do you want to know my grandma name? It's Coco. Coco.
I love it. I love it. And
And
what
Pappy.
Coco,
Yeah.
Pappy. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So.
And last question, maybe a quick one for each of you. You mentioned you like to do date nights. Do you have a favorite date night spot? Favorite restaurant?
I know you do.
Okay. So I love 401 Prime in
Ooh.
between.
Don't give it up. Oh,
What?
no, I knew she's going to give it up.
Oh,
Once she gives
okay.
it up,
Go
I mean, you have to
between.
get
I
there at
can't help
4
it. You have to
you
be
have to get there at
honest,
4
Dave.
o'clock.
In
And even
between
when you
4
get there
and
at 4 o'clock,
6.
the place is packed.
Yeah.
Happy hour?
Happy
It's
hour.
happy hour, and their
Yep.
happy hour menu is amazing.
I've
and
been there
there's
for
a
happy
great
hour, yeah.
vibe. There's
Yeah.
a great
Yes.
vibe to it.
Yes.
The Belvedere, love the Belvedere.
Oh yeah.
Lombardo's, yes,
Okay.
Lombardo's
And
is
once they're done with their
amazing.
expansion, it's
So
gonna be
Oh yeah.
yeah, they're 3 of our top. It would be Lombardo's and 401 Prime. Hey, Shawn.
No shortage of
back.
places to eat.
Hey, I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer. I'm not IT. I'm
You
not
were
IT.
lifting.
yeah, you probably squeezed in a quick workout, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's off to the side doing some.
I just knocked out
curls.
50 push-ups. You know.
There you go.
Oh my
Shawn,
goodness.
since we've got you back, we talked about how Dave and Carole like to unwind, and then we asked about favorite restaurant. We don't have a lot of time, but let's get your favorite restaurant in Lancaster County.
I'm a big Lombardo's fan. I love.
Yeah.
So I used to go there with my mom when I was a little boy. It was just my mom and I growing up, and we went there for her birthday every single year.
That's
and
awesome.
so I love that place. I've been going there for a long time. I bring my family there now in honor of my mom's birthday. We go there and
cool.
celebrate her birthday. And I'm also
That's a cool story.
Yeah, I'm also a big cheesesteak fan, so I'll eat cheesesteaks. Oh, I am a personal trainer, but I also eat food. I am not a tofu and lettuce guy. I will eat a salad, but I also eat food. So let's just make that crystal clear. I'm a big chocolate guy. I love dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
That's the only
all day.
chocolate.
All day.
Dark
I
chocolate.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree,
sure,
100%.
Carole. Yeah, sure. That's
Yeah.
the only chocolate. Yep.
I think we're gonna lose. We're gonna
Only
lose Shawn
dark
again.
chocolate.
Oh, Shawn just froze.
I think
had
we
a
lost
feeling
Shawn
he was-
again.
I saw the light flicker, and I was like, Shawn's gone.
Maybe Chris cut him off. Chris might have been just like
Could
gone.
be.
gone. Dave and Carole, this has been so much fun. Thank you for coming on Lancaster Connects and telling Sammie's story, talking to us a little bit about Friendship Community and the services that they provide. And then, of course, having a conversation with Shawn about the charity boot camp that benefits Friendship Community coming up here on the 23rd of March. For anybody that wants to be a part of that, go to the Universal Athletic Club website, and you'll see information there to join. I know Shawn would like a packed house. Carole, I think you said 140 people.
140, yeah. We won't turn anyone away, though. I'll find a place for you.
You'll fit
If there's
I'll fit them in. Yeah.
if there's 200 people outside that door at 9 a.m., they're all getting in, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
then we
That's
have
awesome.
a news crew.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
good.
well,
Yeah,
that's maybe that's next year.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, again, this
Congrats
has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
thank
Dave.
you.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, congrats on your success in getting this
Oh, yeah,
word out.
thanks.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. I guess we'll just wrap up the show here, Chris. Thanks to everybody watching. Again, go to Universal Athletic Club's website, sign up for the charity boot camp. Or if you can't come but you feel led to support, you can buy a ticket and not have to be there too. You can donate to the cause. So again, Dave and Carole, thank you so much for being on the show, and to everybody, have a great afternoon.
Yay.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so long.
Yep.
Our comments have exploded through the roof, so there you go.